Hey guys, what's up? Hope you're all doing well. I have got a delicious coffee from Nespresso. No, it's not a sponsor, I'm just saying how delicious this is because it's Colombian roasted and nice. Anyway, we're back with another list video, and this time we're gonna get funky with the shit because we're gonna be talking about one of the best subgenres of vaporwave ever. I'm talking about future funk. For those who don't know what future funk is, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Basically, it's structured in the same way as traditional vaporwave, but think of it like Macintosh Plus's Floral Shop if it got into a three-way with Daft Punk and a 1980s anime gif. And there you have the entirety of the RT Music channel. And you should already be subscribed to it if you're not. Subscribe to them now. As simple and formulaic as it may seem to some, it's actually one of the most addictive subgenres of vaporwave you'll ever get hooked on. And there are many names within this subgenre of vaporwave that have been taking future funk to new heights as of late. That being said, I'm going to share with you guys 6 of my favorite future funk producers who I reckon y'all really need to support. But before we go any further with this video, remember to wash your hands before clicking those like and subscribe buttons. Make sure you ring the bell because that way you'll be notified when my next video will be uploaded. That's not just for me, but that's for everyone that you're subscribed to. So hit the bell on every one you watch because that shit's really important. Also, I just want to mention that none of these producers are ranked numerically, they're all ranked in alphabetical order because they're all equally amazing in their own way. So with all that out of the way, let's get into it and let's start talking some future funk. So the first producer we're going to be talking about in alphabetical order is none other than Barbwalters, ladies and gentlemen. If vaporwave was culinary art, he would be the Ainsley Harriott of the genre because of how well seasoned all of his work is.
Yeah, boy.
His blend of French house with vaporwave goes together much like cookies and cream, which obviously explains why his approach to music is so goddamn delicious. Much like this coffee. Fucking delicious. Old mate just knows what he wants in regards to content creating, and he knows how to do it in the way he wants to. Barb is just all about those tasty melodies, and his attention to detail is just next level. His 2018 debut, Reconnect, astonishing. His 2019 release, Pleasure, flawless. And his recent Innocent EP, mwah, dynamic as hell. Barb, my friend, you can do no wrong. Your shit's just way too good, Holmes. I'll tell you that. The second name we're covering is British legend ev.exi, who is undoubtedly one of the most ingenious names to ever make his mark in vaporwave. As awesome as he is with sample chopping, the real talent from him stems from all those melodies that he puts into the production. Every kick, every bass, every groove that he constructs just gets better and better, and it's impossible to compare him to any other future funk producer that there is right now. He's just one of those brand names that's clearly in a league of his own, and for that you have to give the guy credit. His 2017 release, Remember, which by the way you need to hop on that shit because it's fucking sick, was one of the most massive and creative new approaches to future funk in most recent times, and also one of the most influential. Much like his most recent and 2019 release, Forget, which was released through Neon City Records. Both these albums are equally balanced with each other and complement each other so goddamn well. On a final note in regards to this artist, I personally consider Mode from Remember, the third track on that album, to be one of the greatest vaporwave songs of all time, arguably. Actually, you know what? Pause this video, go onto RT Music, type in Mode by ev.exi and just spin that shit for a good half an hour. Then after you've had that song on spin cycle for the last half hour, come back to this video and find out who else I think is really dope. Next up on this list, we have to give it to the one, the only, Fibre of Montam Records. I can vouch for everyone that has ever worked with him when I say that he is one of the most intelligent and sophisticated producers in the entire game. If anyone in the entire game of vaporwave deserves the most amount of credit for their contribution to the music, it has to go to Fibre. He's not only dropped a series of bangers since making his mark on the scene in 2014, but he has an impressive resume of artists that he's mixed and mastered for, including Discoholic, Pop-Up, Uni Beats, myself, shameless self-plugging. If anyone can stimulate a powerful kick and snare into a song like Desire, Totality, or even Supernatural, it's definitely Fibre. That guy should not be overlooked for anything he's ever done, especially when he's at Deadmau5's level of craftsmanship. Something else I think that's worth noting is that he was also the mastermind behind the remastering of the famous Super Sex 420 and Tendencies split EP. And goddamn, the work that he put into revitalizing that classic was impeccable to the core. Not to mention the vinyl pressing of it sounds immaculate. I have a copy of it myself and it's just so goddamn good. Anyone who has copped a physical copy of that on vinyl can definitely back me up on this one. It's just too fucking great. If you yourself need someone to help you out in regards to mixing and mastering and just need that really strong pulsating kick, Fibre is your go-to guy for the job and you will not be disappointed. Next up on our list, representing Australia, my beautiful home country, we have Hatena. Leave it to this guy to turn some of the most notable songs of the 80s into some of the most original and revitalized tracks you'll ever hear in Vaporwave. Sample chopping just serves as Hatena's meat and potatoes, but how he decorates and organizes those chops are what really flourish in each project that he commits himself to. Such as proven in tracks such as 365, Loser, Begin to Touch, which is my personal favorite, all of which come from his 2019 release, Parade, which I can arguably say was one of the best albums of 2019 in regards to Vaporwave. No, just one of the best albums in general. What am I talking about? Old mate Hatena just knows how to turn some of the most boring 80s songs into something unique, groovy and catchy as hell. I don't know how he does it, but the man's just incredible at what he does. I mean, even Pat Shedington himself has praised the guy for his music. So you better pack your stuff and get on that plane, because Hatena will make your journey into the world of Vaporwave all the more breathtaking. So as we're moving into some lesser known territory in regards to these last two names, the first I'm going to bring up is Uni Deluxe. This guy deserves a lot more love than he's getting at the moment, because everything he's been putting out is far too good to be overlooked. Really optimistic sounding, happy-go-lucky music that just instantly gets you into the zone of grooving like nobody in your surroundings is watching. If you really like that classic take on future funk from Macross 8299 or maybe even Night Tempo, Uni Deluxe is one that really deserves to be in your collection, especially when you get those summer vibes from listening to something like Paradise or even Daydream. No affiliation with me. Personally, I get some really mid-2000s Ministry of Sound type of vibes from the likes of Armin van Helden, Milo, and Eric Prydz. By the way, he actually recently dropped an awesome remix of Calling Me by Eric Prydz, and I highly suggest you check that out. I don't know why, but that's just the kind of vibe that I get from listening to his music. And not that I'm complaining, because I fucked with that kind of shit real heavy. Because back in the early and mid 2000s, Ministry of Sound had some really good house music back then. That's just what I feel when I'm listening to songs like Personality and In the Middle from his most recent record, Daydream. So if you dig that traditional early future funk kind of sound, I highly recommend that you get on board with Uni Deluxe. You will not be disappointed, my friends. And last on the list, but definitely not least, y'all need to get on board with one of the newest Vaporwave producers at the moment, one of the coolest dudes I've ever come to know. I'm talking about my homie Z.E.R.O from Brazil. He's one of those new names that everyone in the scene should be staying up to date with, because as far as I'm concerned, he's not only one of the most fun dudes to ever work with, but he's also one of the most diligent jack of all trades I've ever come across. Producing, mixing, mastering, artwork, he does it all. I also recently collaborated with him on a song called We Out Here, which is now available on my Bandcamp and will be released through his next record, which I'll give you some updates on real soon. And it was easily my most favorite project to ever work on. When I sent him all the sample chops I had done for the song, as well as the drum loops, he spruced up the track with some Barbwalters uni beat type of synths and just nailed it. He just smashed it right out of the ballpark. That was a home run and 3/4, maybe even 2 home runs for that fact. And earlier this year, he dropped an album just a day after I had released Dream Forever called Flamingo Night Party, which I suggest you chuck a couple of bucks towards, put it on a few spin cycles, because it's damn good. It's just so goddamn, it's hard to put it down. And as good as that record is, wait until you hear what he's got cooking for his next record entitled Reload. I'll give you guys more updates on that album when it's released, but as far as what I've listened to, it sounds incredible. And it will also feature the song that we did together, We Out Here. If you want to have a full listen to that track, it's down in the description with all the other links that I've supplied as far as all these albums and different artists that I've suggested that you listen to. Thank you once again for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I convinced you enough to listen to all, if not most of these names that I've mentioned. because they are a stupendous bunch of artists and they deserve every ounce of love that they should be getting. So to close this off, I want to ask you guys a question, and that is, what future funk records have you been listening to lately? Is there anything that you'd recommend, whether it be to me, to someone else in the comments section? Just leave it all below, let us know. That's it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you in the next one. Lots of love from your boy down under, Daydream Deluxe. Love you all, guys.